We had the opportunity to interview an inmate at Barron County Detention Center to see even though you may be a criminal, you are still human. This is Humanizing the Criminal. What comes to mind when you think of a prisoner? Many think of prisoners as bad people who have committed horrendous crimes. Today we're going to talk about Michael C. Carlson, a 39-year-old Native American male who is currently in prison serving 120 days for a probation violation and new charges filed against him. We asked Michael to tell us his story and explain how he ended up where he is today. Michael responded that he was not raised wrong, he just found himself hanging around drug dealers and addicts, which led him down the wrong road. He said he's always had a good life, and now he has a beautiful wife and 3 wonderful boys. He talks about how he felt he has let them down and needs to become a better father and a better husband.
While he didn't provide too many details, Michael mentioned that this is his 4th or 5th time in jail. He hopes this time will be his last so that he won't have to miss out on any more of his children's lives. According to the National Institute of Justice, over 75% of released inmates are reincarcerated within 5 years of being discharged from prison. This is likely due to the U.S. prison system's focus on punishment rather than rehabilitation. The prison system can really fail prisoners who want to change and become upstanding citizens. According to the text, law enforcement is trained to focus simply on enforcing the law, protecting the public, and providing community services. There's really no focus on ensuring that offenders or alleged offenders get the help they need to re-enter society. Michael stated that he repeatedly asked for rehabilitation services but was ignored, and so he feels betrayed and neglected by the criminal justice system.
Michael openly admits that he has a drug problem and feels much remorse. He wants to do better by his children. He talks quite a bit about his children throughout his interview, and it is clear they are what keeps him positive at this point in his life. Michael is reaping the consequences of his actions and is ready to get the help he needs to be a better father. When Michael discusses his average day as a prisoner, he describes it as long and boring, and that he rarely ever gets to leave his 10-man cell. Michael states that he has learned his lesson, but nowhere does he state that he has actually been given the opportunity in his days as a prisoner to get help to overcome his addiction problem.
The safety of inmates varies between prison facilities. In correctional facilities, they have a responsibility to take reasonable measures to preserve and protect inmates' safety. Michael told us that he guessed he felt safe, but that left a level of unsurety in his answer. According to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, assault on inmates have decreased from 2014 to 2018, where there were 30 counts of inmate assaults in 2014. The idea of safety and being treated fairly go hand in hand, and we hope that he does not feel threatened by the guards. Michael mentions that he feels that getting himself the proper treatment and help would have been more effective than being in prison. He mentions that the people get under his skin. It is unfair for prisoners like Michael who are basically bullied to the point where they feel like, in Michael's words, really hard to not do some dumb shit. Most jails do not offer adequate rehab to people like Michael who just need help.
While in prison, a lot of times support systems can fade. Depending on the amount of time they are sentenced, this can affect the prisoner's relationship with their family and friends. Michael told us that he is only in prison for a short time and has a loving and supportive family. He directly said his wife is his biggest ally and that even his parents have come around to support him. He knows that he has people who still love and care about him while he is locked away, which helps him carry on. Everyone believes the main point of prison is to punish people for breaking the law and rehabilitate them to re-enter society if their sentence allows them. Unfortunately, in Michael's case, while he says he does believe prison has taught him a lesson, he knows that he will need rehab to make him complete and to fully rehabilitate himself. But substance abuse treatment outside of prison can be costly for a family to take on for their loved ones.
Michael is optimistic to leave prison, as he still has career and life goals. Michael mentioned that he wants to open up his own tattoo parlor and that he does have a job waiting for him when he gets out. The opportunity and the life he has waiting for him outside these prison walls gives him hope that he can change and move on with his life in an effective way and not have to end up back in prison. Something that Michael expresses is that not all prisoners are bad people. They just make bad choices. This is something most of society misunderstands. Bad choices does not equal bad people. Many people in our society place a stigma on inmates as they are automatically labeled as bad people and associate negative qualities with criminals. This can associate with the labeling theory, which leads the individual to further engage in this behavior since they're already seen this way by society. Therefore, labeling individuals as bad people can foster into repeated deviant behavior. We hope that we were able to shed a new light on prisoners and how not all of them are bad people. And this concludes our project, Humanizing the Criminal. Thank you for listening.